Republican pollster Frank Luntz has some dire warnings for the Republican Party. And it is, if you continue to let Donald Trump take you down the path that he has put you on, you are going to pay dearly in the 2022 midterms. In fact, you are at risk of not winning those midterms, even though historically, the party that loses the presidency will typically regain a body of Congress in the next midterm cycle. Now, there's already more Republicans than Democrats up for grabs in the Senate, so that already puts Republicans on edge. But they're only a couple seats away from retaking the House. And again, historically speaking, that should be a pretty solid victory for them. But as Luntz explains, Donald Trump is basically out there right now telling every Republican in this country, elections don't matter, so don't bother. That's the warning Frank is sending. He's saying if you allow Donald Trump to keep telling these Republicans that elections are rigged, that they're ripe with fraud, that your votes don't count, what is that doing to these simple-minded cult members of the Trump Brigade? It's telling them, don't vote because it doesn't matter. And he is going to end up suppressing more of his voters than he realizes. You want proof of that? How about Georgia back in January? You had plenty of Republican voters who decided not to vote, and this isn't to undermine Stacey Abrams' efforts in the state to get Democrats out. No, she is what sent the Democrats over the top. But Republicans had been told for a month at that point that elections were rigged and that mail-in voting, wasn't reliable, so they just didn't do it. They just didn't do it. And Trump has been continuing that big lie, which is 100% a lie, for the last 6 months. And he is not going to stop. Every time that man gets in front of a camera, a microphone, or even a tiny little audience there at Mar-a-Lago, he is going to talk about, I was robbed of the election and elections are insecure. You can't trust them. You can't trust any of it. Don't even vote. And it's going to make his idiotic followers stay home. And I hope it does. But see, Luntz missed a bigger point. Luntz also missed the fact that the Republican Party, forget the big lie, they're still wanting to bow down before Donald Trump, a 4-time political loser. Let's be honest. Lost the popular vote in 2016, lost the midterms in 2018, lost the Senate in 2020, and lost the 2020 presidential election. 4-time political loser Donald Trump. Republicans are still bowing down to him. And even though he is the most popular Republican in this country, he still has an approval rating in the very low 40s. Because most of the country doesn't like him. And each poll that has come out in each consequential month, or consecutive month, I don't know why I said consequential, consecutive month since he left office, his approval rating continues to go down. Even with no presence on Facebook or Twitter, people are disliking him more. And Republicans think bowing down before him, allowing him to craft the narrative of the party is a smart move. So forget even the big lie, even him suppressing his own voters, ignore that for a moment. Think about the fact that even just embracing Donald Trump, that is what is more likely to cost Republicans the 2022 midterms. And therefore, I hope Republicans just keep doing what they're doing.